festival in here. Rick Caruso has picked some of his favorite restaurants that he campaigned at, and they all have stations throughout this room here that he has created on the 8th floor of a parking structure at the Grove. Maybe over 1,000 supporters could be here tonight. We'll, of course, have much more coming up. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Josh, thank you for that update. And Karen Bass is also fighting hard to become LA's next mayor. She and her supporters are at the Palladium in Hollywood to watch the returns come in tonight.
She cast her ballot, joining Vice President Kamala Harris at a meet and greet with supporters earlier today.
Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda is live with the Bass campaign. Carlos, what's the mood out there right now as the polls closed just 4 minutes ago?
Well, actually, the doors just opened here at the Palladium. People are starting to come in. A few people I spoke to say they feel very good about tonight. This is where the LA County Democratic Party will be watching the election results. And behind me, you can see that the music has started here. There's a mariachi band, and the music has just begun. And this is what we're expecting. Well, they're hoping to have a celebration tonight. Now, Karen Bass did vote this morning. She was with her grandson as she cast her ballot. It was at a vote center in the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall. After months of campaigning and a lot of ads, it all comes down to this. What is important to the voters? Now,
I am excited about a new direction in Los Angeles. I know that we can come together. We can house Angelenos. We can make Los Angeles safe, and we can make Los Angeles affordable. But we all have to come together to do that, and I'm prepared to do that on day one.
We lost Carlos. We will get him back as our election night coverage continues. In the meantime, the weather is another big story we have been dealing with. Day-long concerns about the stormy weather and whether it could affect voter turnout. We'll get a better idea around 8:30.
And that's when LA County Registrar Recorder expects to release the first set of results. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live in Downey with more on that. Rob.
Yeah, we're at the Tally Operations Center, and right now it looks like a whole lot of nothing going on, right? But now that the polls are closed, ballots from all across LA County are going to be pouring into this building soon, and all these counting machines will be staffed with election workers feeding piles of ballots into them. Now, those ballots coming from the more than 640 vote centers in the county, like this one in Bellflower. LA County has about 6.6 million eligible voters, 5.6 million registered to vote in this election. Results will start being released in about a half an hour. Those numbers will be mail-in ballots that arrived before today, as well as in-person votes cast during the prior 10 days. Many voters today talking about the importance of casting a ballot.
I think every opportunity to vote is something that should be taken. Otherwise, use it or lose it in some respect.
As a female, up until the 20th century, I couldn't vote. So, I mean, my vote counts. And, I respect whatever anybody else's vote is. Totally respect that, but you have to vote.
Now, we may need some patience in this election. Counting mail-in ballots takes a lot longer than ballots cast in person, mainly due to the signature matching process that's required. And the number of people voting by mail continues to climb. Now, the ballots cast today at vote centers are probably 2 to 3 hours away from arriving here. They're going to be transported by trucks, helicopters, and boats. Yep, boats. You got to remember, Catalina Island is part of LA County. Reporting live in, where are we? What is this? Downey. Rob Hayes, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
We're all over the place
tonight. It's going to be a long night, Rob.
Okay, Rob.
Right.
Thank you. We still have much more election coverage to come.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Our election coverage continues. Let's go to Jory Rand at the touchscreen monitor with a deeper dive into the congressional races. Jory.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake right now in the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate. Let's take a look at the balance of power in the House of Representatives. Right now, Democrats hold both houses, Senate and the House. It's a 9-point advantage for Democrats. So Republicans would just need to flip 5 seats to take control of the U.S. House of Representatives. They picked up 3 in Florida right off the bat. So that makes it a very slim margin. They picked up another one in the South, and that leaves just a 1-vote margin here. But after that initial onslaught in Florida, things have calmed down for Democrats. They kind of found their footing and have been overperforming expectations. So here's a couple places to take a look at in California, where the polls just closed, where maybe Republicans are looking to pick up a seat. Here they're looking to hold California 27. This is the 3rd time that Mike Garcia has gone up against Christy Smith. Garcia has won each of the first 2 meetings. Christy Smith is hoping to try and make that 3rd time the charm to take that seat back for Democrats. This is the old Katie Hill seat that she stepped down from special election 2020, and now 2022. Garcia has won each of the first 2 of those. In 37, this is going to stay with Democrats, but this is Karen Bass's old seat. It's Sidney Kamlager or Jan Perry. Just interesting to see who is going to replace Karen Bass. This is the 7s, 27, this is 37, and 47 is Katie Porter. Now, California lost a seat in the House. Florida picked up one of those seats in the House. Everything got shuffled when they renumbered this. So Katie Porter is now going up against Scott Baugh, who has legal troubles in the past, and Katie Porter's campaign has really pushed on that. Baugh has come back and said this is something that happened decades ago, and the judge wound up saying that I didn't do anything wrong. But Katie Porter and her campaign has been pushing that. If you total up all the votes in the primary, all the Republican votes and all the Democratic votes, all the Democratic candidates, and put them together, Katie Porter is a couple thousand votes ahead of Baugh. However, the climate in the country has changed from this summer until now. It seems like Republicans have been gaining momentum, and we'll see if that translates here. If everything holds from the primary, then Katie Porter will go back into Congress just in another district after the redistricting. But if Republicans ride a wave which they thought was going to come and doesn't seem to be playing out on the national stage, then Republicans could flip this seat. Democrats holding strong. They're hoping that the flip does not come in California and really hoping that it doesn't come at all. And if things hold as they are now, where we are seeing the momentum go, Democrats not only might not lose the House or might not see that red wave, but might hold on to the House. We will see still a lot to go, and Republicans have already made inroads in the House of Representatives, guys.
All right, Jory Rand, thank you. Now let's take a look at the governor's race. ABC News projecting Governor Gavin Newsom as the winner, and with very few of the votes counted thus far, but the governor very far ahead at this point and projected the winner.
Also projected to win, Alex Padilla, the U.S. Senate race, winning with 59% of the vote right now. Again, projected winner from ABC News.
All right, and we're going to check in with one of our political experts now. Let's do that. Bob Shrum, USC political science professor, director of the Center for the Political Future. Mr. Shrum, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Good evening to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Any surprises thus far tonight that you have seen?
Well, I think the conventional wisdom got confounded to a certain extent. We didn't have a red tsunami. We didn't have a red wave. We had a kind of red ripple or a red wavelet that let Republicans take the House. The Senate's still up in the air. Democrats may very well end up controlling it. Democrats did pretty well in the governor's races. In fact, I would say this is the best midterm performance for a president's party in the first term since 2002, when Republicans did very well in George Bush's first term.
Okay, let's talk about some of the local propositions. Proposition 1 has won. No surprises there, right? That was pretty unanimous, we knew.
No, I was on with Mark, I think, over the weekend, and I said that's a slam dunk winner. It's not even going to be close.
For sure, yeah, as we can see. And then Rob Bonta.
Yeah, he's going to win.
I
think Democrats are going to win up and down the ballot.
This and then you have that a couple of hotly contested races in the Senate, or no, I'm sorry, in the Congress, in particular, Katie Porter, and also Yeah, there are two of them actually that have been on our air quite a bit, advertising, and so these are some pretty key races for the House. What do you see in those? What do you see as the dynamic that may shape those races?
Of course, it's they're going to be close races, and I think Katie Porter is a powerful personality. She's run a very good campaign. She's taken on her opponent. My guess is that in the end she wins. When all the ballots are counted, I think she's going to be fine. I think Democrats are going to do well, but they're not going to win every seat that they're contesting in California or trying to hold on to. As I said, it's kind of a red ripple. So Republicans are going to gain something, but they're not going to have the kind of big tsunami effect they wanted to have. And I think there are a couple of reasons for that. One is the Dobbs decision, overturning Roe v. Wade, which energized a lot of voters. And the other, especially here in California, is the presence of Donald Trump, who is the great motivator for Democrats to go out and vote.
He has the effect of motivating both Republicans and Democrats to get out there and vote.
For different reasons.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but the problem is there aren't that many Republicans in California. So here he is a net plus for the Democrats and net minus for the Republicans.
Yeah. Race. Bass was a favorite to win. We may not